I'm Claire Calico today. We're playing The Pale Beyond. I really like this game. It's a very good game. I was so excited to play it. Yeah! So excited I'll do a spin. Whee! Oh, there we go. Even the subtlest of smiles it picks up that I do. Oh, where am I going? Bye bye. Oh, I'm back. I don't know what I'm doing. Continue. Last time we failed everyone. Let's go back all the way to the very beginning. Maybe that's where I messed up. Yeah, let's do normal again. Dong. Oh, the air bees cold. Of flakes and white sailor begs their pledge. Oh yeah, is it too loud? Here. I'm gonna turn it up a bit on your end. Bomb! Of flakes and white as a sailor begs their pledge. To the ice they'll pray that leads reveal. That leads. Out on the ice they'll stake a claim. That in the dark they'll brace themselves. I don't remember what I put last time. Whoa, does it? No, it doesn't. Oh, no, it just looks like it. I thought the little bubbles were following my mouse. They weren't. That in the dark they'll brace themselves for the horrors still ahead. Ooh, such a pretty game. Of homes they'll dream to the souls around, of glory found to the souls around them, shielding fear, dividing up their dread. A hunger draws a despair, draws a desperate ear. It's one that can't be fed. Such lonely souls need led. It's calling souls despaired. Such lonely souls need led. Pencil lead? Such lonely souls need led. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does ascend? I don't know. I'll lead these souls to help the gods. I'll do what must be done indeed. I'll learn to live a life out here. I'll lead them. I'll lead these souls to help the gods out of the pale beyond. Temperance, begin your journey. My journey? Or your journey? Crew wanted! Able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory be had in the event of success. Whoa! Tick-tock, tick-tock. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since been gone cold. It's perfectly adequate. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. It's harmless. It's insufferable. I find it rather calming. The dedicated rhythm soothes the senses. It stops. You hear footsteps climbing up the stairs that brought you here. Take a seat to remain standing. Bye. The door behind you swings open. Hello! The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? Sorry? I've enough to get by. Ah. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Are you speaking from experience? I've not had scurvy before. You know, I don't know why I started all the way here. I'm probably gonna answer all the questions about the same as I did last time. That's okay, it's too late. Maybe. Is it? Who's back there? Who are you? What is that, like a piece of bread? Yum. I've not had scurvy before. Are you speaking from experience? How many people have died under your supervision? None! More than I'd care to admit. I don't appreciate this line of questioning. I'm gonna say this, because, like, last time I did. Can you remember their faces? Every single one. I'm ashamed to admit they've faded. What are you insinuating? Every single one! Please, take a seat. Thank you. Sit down. I'd rather stand. The chair is uncomfortably large. The seat feels worn. Who's wearing it? Whoa. Well, it looks like a little mousey. Big round ears and a little nose and a little eye. I'm Captain Hunt. Shaw, the pleasure is mine. Robin Shaw. On your desk, which ship is that? He nods. On your desk, which ship is that? So, what's the job then? Wait for him to continue. I'll wait for him to continue. You wait for him to continue and he nods again. Just kidding. I don't think I clicked it. I hope you weren't waiting too long. It's fine. Is this a waste of my time? I'm told it's worth the wait. Good. Yay! There's a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion? Or I don't know. The Avert says there was glory to be had. It all seems a bit convoluted for a sailing job. Keep listening. I'm gonna keep listening. I got 4 ears. Oh, I got 4 eyes and 4 ears. Whoa. Months of darkness. low wages, slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? Quite the opposite. It's why I'm here. Good work is hard to come by these days. It's to be expected, surely. Quite the opposite, yeah. After that thrill, a thirst for adventure, then. He winks. Ooh. I'd keep that to yourself around the new sailors. They might drown you in it. The ocean? I've a few questions first. He looks down at his list of questions. What color's my underwear? What if you got those questions in an interview? Were you born landlubber or sea dog? I'm sorry? I'm gonna say what I said last time. If I knew, I'd tell you. I've been all over, but I'm here now. Ah, a mudwash. Plenty of those joining, myself included. Military experience? Criminal, only evading them. Last time I was a merchant. Colonial. Nah. I'll be a merchant again, or should I be a criminal? The possibilities are endless. Sailed the merchant lines 12 years? Very good. What did you trade in? Anything we could get our hands on. Fruit mostly. I knew better than to ask. Anything. We picked up dust and we sold it. He nods. Have you ever fired a weapon? No. Have you ever killed a man, directly or otherwise? I don't appreciate this line of questioning. Now let's see, have I? I gotta think about this. No. Oh, wait. You'll find out it's a lie because I said that yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Because I said that, I led a ship and they died. You're not married, are you? Happily. Of course not. That's irrelevant. Happily. Imagining a world. And you're sure they're fine with you living for this long? We need the money. We've been through worse. I don't see how that's relevant. Yeah, we've been through worse. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving any family in the first place. Yours is continuing on that. So where are we heading? Can you get to the point? Let him continue. I'll let him continue. We're here to find the ship in that bottle. The Viscount. Heard of it? No, enlighten me. He clears his throat. Every 5 years. Every 5 years a ship goes missing. No. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition toward the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Did they? If they found it, I might have heard of them. Viscount. Strange name for a ship. Did they? Did they? They find it. Did they what? Find it. Magnetic South. Yeah. I've no idea. She never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land. Presumed lost to the ice. 5 years is a bit late for a research rescue operation. They're probably dead. This is beginning to sound like a suicide mission. And we're supposed to be chasing the ship? Should I read all of them, or should I only read the one that I'm gonna choose? 5 years is a bit late, don't you think? Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. And we're supposed to be chasing that research. I'm going to need more than rumors about lost ships if I'm putting my life at risk. Alright, you have my attention. As opposed to before. He's got like a little kitty cat smile. Meow. Here's what we know. Not one person or thing has been heard of from the Viscount since it first left port. Until now? So we're chasing ghosts then. They're definitely all dead. Until now? We hear something? They said, until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. Where are they? Where are they? Can I speak to them? They're probably lying. Rumors attract fools like and the mad. Yeah, where are they? Dead. But their testimony seems to have outlived them. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, somebody else will, and, well, my judge of character hasn't gotten... yeah, my judge of character hasn't gotten me this far. My judge of character's gotten me this far. Oh, what of our crew? What of our ship? Oh. And who's financing all this? What of the crew? Quite the mix, a work in progress. Some I've known for years. They get in on trust and experience. Others, well, they interview. And you don't have a full crew already? Any impress you? And how large is this crew? Yeah, how big? This big? As I said, a work in progress. I'd estimate over 20 when all is settled. We do have transport, though. We'll be traveling on board the Temperance. She's a beauty, greenwood, generational. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and Temperance, they're sister ships, built together, sent out into the world to die alone. Oh, poetic. Oh, what does that matter? Superstition gets people killed. Poetic. That's pretty poetic. Indeed. I like to think one calls out for the other. The captain looks at the bottled ship. Why don't you marry it? So what do you think? It's worth it if there's a chance anyone's alive. Sounds like you'll need all the help you can get. When can I start? Sounds like you'll need all the help you can get. We will. The captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. The captain stands up and punches you and then you cry. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shah. Proverbially speaking. Don't you need more information? You're not what I expected, so I have the job. You're not what I expected. And what did you expect? More than our mistakes, Robin. Let people surprise you. I'll see you on the Temperance. I have a good feeling about you, Shah. Oh, thank you, Captain. That makes one of us. The feeling is mutual. Thank you, Captain. The captain makes his way to the door, and you follow. Yippee! You arrive at the docks a month to the day. Before you lies a ship. The letters on the side read Temperance. Whoa. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of cargo. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. He's unable to place you. May I have your name? I'm Robin Shah. Oh, of course. That would make you the captain's choice for first mate, correct? I'm Mr. Templeton. I shall be operating as Chief Science Officer in the expedition. I am also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. What did you specialize in? Science, maybe. Mr. Templeton, I look forward to working together. I expect you to be up for the task. Some of the layabouts Hunt hired are questionable at best. No doubt I needed to inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you that you have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. I likely have more in common with the crew than I do myself. I doubt there will be much issue. You speak like you're in charge. This guy, am I right? I am more common with the crew than I do myself, Templeton. No offense was meant, Officer Shaw. Board when you're ready. And when you find yourself needing a scientist, we can try this again. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. The city! You'll be gone for quite a while. It will be some time before you see the city again. How long? A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate, near identical to the Viscount bearing some modern additions. Set sail! Oh, yeah! Oh. Oops. Whee! Week 1. 1 week on the Temperance. Yippee! It's been a month. A hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need lead. What will ye do when the steel heart breaks and courage does abscond? I'll lead these souls to help the gods out of the pale beyond. First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. The Temperance. Who's paying for this? Captain Hunt. The Temperance. I've never been on a ship like this before. She's magnificent. A technical marvel, elegant machinery, expertly weaved through one of the fastest hardwood ships of its day, reborn for this mission, breathing again with life. She's simply magnificent. As for its master, as for the rest of the crew, there are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew. The scouting team Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. The crew are a strange lot. We've sailed with worse. They smell terrible. They're a strange lot. The crew are a strange lot. Electric as the ship itself. Sign off. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. Good, I want to see him. I'll head there now. Oh, what for? Okay. He leaves. Yeah, see ya. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin, lovely day for it, isn't it? Indeed it is, Captain. One of your lackeys summoned me. You don't have a halesman to do that for you? Indeed it is, Captain. Indeed. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of sailing. He winks. Why you keep looking at me, Hunt? Yeah, why? Too old to stomach a storm? Let him continue. I'll let him continue. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Did you ever take the helm at the Merchant Navy? Or were you stuck carrying crates? Here, why don't you have a try? What? Whoa! I'm sailing a ship. You grip the wheel of the ship and you feel it going down, sinking. As soon as you grabbed it, oh no! You grab the wheel of the ship and you feel the weight of the waves in your arms. The memory in your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Easy! There! You have it! The captain pats you on the back. Fantastic! Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get a perspective! Peaceful, isn't it? Panning and zooming speeds can adjust in the settings menu. Whoa. He takes the wheel back from you. Yeah, this is my ship. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the workday? There's much to do. Yeah, okay, I don't mind. I'll do that. What's this? A tub. A persistent, burnished, persistent. Oh, pristine. A pristine furnished tub secured to the floor. A luxury to be had on the ice. A classical painting depicting sailors doing battle with the Kraken. Whoa. An ode to an old folk story known to all Captain Seamish, who, or was it Hamish? On the desk you make out a variety of paper notes and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp. You recognize the mark of the Abertintinco. The deck itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. Take requests. You take a seat at the end of the room. The captain joins you. Wait, if you're here, then who's steering the ship? Now let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed onto this expedition, ourselves included. Here, wait. Yeah. I'll do that for now. That's 16 free to be assigned to tasks. If they aren't already busy, the rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You are only able to deploy crew who you have discovered. They must be in good health and not otherwise destroyed to other parts. Oh, deployed. It was like destroyed. That's... We'll be picking up the scouting crew at next port. The lot of us also seem to be in good spirits. The expedition will end tearing itself apart if you end the week with no determination left. We've enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. If you cannot afford the minimum food rations at the end of the week, crew will become malnourished. Unless cured, the malnourished status will develop into scurvy, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them in the end of the week. And more than enough fuel to set us there and back again. Excuse me. Colder temperatures will increase the minimum fuel required at the end of the week. If you cannot afford that minimum fuel, crew will become freezing. Unless cured, the freezing status will develop into frostbite, the severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them in the end of the week. The sledding dogs. Well, there's still a matter of negotiation. Dogs will be needed to send sledding teams out to gather resources on the ice. Sending Hunt out further requires a greater amount of dogs. They will rest and become available between the weeks. Now, on to work. A sailor enters. We found a stowaway on the lower hold. Bringing them in. Okay, so last time I had them on, but we ran out of food and a lot of other stuff, so maybe this time, this go around, we'll have them not on board. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I've had. The captain studies them further. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before climbing inside that crate? I did, sir. Har! How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weight, sir. Do you know your Jibu? From your bowsprit? I do. I learned it all from my da. Your da? He's Ward's son. Followed him aboard back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Well, Shaw. Hunt eyes you up. Wait, did I read that right? Is that what it said? Your first mate. What should we do with him? Okay, so last time we kept him aboard, but I don't know. I don't even know if, like, so, like, let's see. We had him aboard last time, and then that's like more food. And would more fuel be used? I don't know. But also, he's not staying aboard. It's your decision to make, not mine. Shoot. Well, I don't know. They're also a kid, and last time we all died, and I don't want that to happen to a kid. He's not staying aboard. Ditch him when we make next port. We don't need more mouths to feed. Drop them off at our next stop. Leave them with enough money to catch a boat back to the city. We could throw them overboard. No! Oh my gosh! No, yeah, we'll drop them off and leave them enough money to get back to the city. Okay? We don't need to be mean about this. Drop them off at our next stop. Leave them enough money to catch a boat back to the city. I didn't think it pertained to bring any money to a frozen desert, did you? Well, best hope the boy's father has enough to keep them going. The two sailors dragged the stowaway boy back below the deck, taking him to see his father in the crew cabins. And what of the father? Should we drop him off with the boy? Huh. It's his son. That's for him to decide. No, he's signed a contract. He stays. He goes as well. I'll let the father decide. It's his son? That's for him to decide. Very well. Hopefully he doesn't care for the runt, and I'm not down a sailor. Well, that matter's sorted. Have you agreed upon my conditions? The point, Shaw, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell is here to provide us with the kennel of hounds for the sleds, and our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island, but you neglect to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel, it's another to drag them into the ice and chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. Never before has a seller made such strong demands. Lady Cordell? And what exactly are these demands? You already so- No, yeah, what are these demands? She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition as a member of the crew. None on the ship have the experience and familiarity with the dogs that I possess. If you are taking them to such a brutal location, they will need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. The humans on board, of course, too. Of course. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. Bringing on another member of the crew is a risk, but our hands are tied. Your thoughts? Yeah, I think I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time with this. Because she does a good job at taking care of the dogs. It's almost like it's what she's done a lot. I don't see harm in having an expert on sled dogs. Yeah, a good point, Shaw. He turns to her. This deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with experience training in management of the ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you cannot control the dogs efficiently enough to haul them. And I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard! Your knowledge should provide valuable. Yes. Invaluable. I'll have a room prepared for you below deck. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves. Bye-bye. I hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw. Finish request. Whoa. Now that that's all settled, I've one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair, you couldn't mistake them for another. Excuse me. An urgent matter? The Stoke brothers, who are they? Do you require me for this meeting? No. This is a matter of the first officer need concern themselves. Oh, this isn't. They'll be down in the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Okie dokie. I'm gonna get a drink. Upon closer inspection, you make out the shape of the ship's photographer, Kesha Belford, balanced on the ship's mast with her camera lining up a photo. Get down immediately! You'll kill yourself! How's the view up there? Wait for her to finish. Yeah, I'll wait for her to finish. Snapping a shot, she climbs down, only noticing you in her landing. Oh, Officer Shaw! It's about time I meet the first officer of this ship. Kasha Belford. Yes, I've heard of you already. Nice to meet you, Kasha. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you just cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Kasha Belford, won the Ventler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. She's not prepared for this. Her proof is all we have. Her accomplishments surely outweigh her youth. Inexperience is a matter of interest, but her accolades speak for themselves. The gold game... The gold game. Picture that as a header. What? It sounds fine to me. I like it. For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounded like a work of an amateur. Kasha places a finger to her chin, squinting her eyes in thought. It's not perfect, but it's a work in progress. Plenty of time. We haven't even hit the ice yet. It's just all so exciting already. I suppose you cannot experience the open ocean is the home of the mundane. Though I suppose you never traveled this far south on the merchant lines. You know who I am? You have that right. I'm not adverse to thrills. I'll say you know who I am. Oh my god. Of course, I thoroughly researched the crew of the Temperance. Many seem somewhat excessive, but I feel it's necessary for a proper chronicling. Huh? Oh yeah. That and plenty of pictures. Don't worry, Shaw, you don't have a reputation that sets you apart from the rest. A celebrity like Kurt Darling's presence will dwarf any rumors that could form around you. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasha holds up her camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Shaw! Whoa! So that's what it's like to get your picture taken. Please warn me before doing that. The captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. How long do they take to develop? Only a day or two. I've made a makeshift dark room in the hold. Speaking of photographs, she hands out an annotated document. Here it is, the crew manifest. Whoa! No ways. Yet. Or still, I guess. I don't know. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. Thank you, Kasha. I'll see what I can do. Do something like that stunt on the mast again, and you'll be removed of your camera. Thanks. She smiles. I'll not disturb you of your work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. You leave her to her work. You spot a large man with a youthful gait, carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Oh, you're Officer Shaw! He gives you a bright, warming smile. Two Johns! That's what they call me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. Two Johns attempts to offer a handshake but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Work awaits! Hey. Play games? Is that a whoopee cushion? Okay, so last time I went to him first, but I'll go to him first. You find yourself almost knocking over a man carrying a heavy pot. Careful, careful! You almost got drenched in broth. Apologies, I'm in a rush on a request for hunt. You're the ship's cook, aren't you? Are you not? You should be more careful, okay? I know I'm the one that ran into the kitchen, but you should be more careful. Apologies, I'm in a rush. From Hunt? Is there an issue with the ship? No, he just wants me to find the Stoke brothers for a meeting. Nothing worrying about, I can assure you. There shouldn't be if those blasted engineers are doing their job right. Oh my god. No, he just wants me to find the Stoke brothers. Not surprised. Those two are the only ones who know what's going on aboard this bloody ship. You hear a roar from the other side of the door. Oi! What's holding you up? The cook shakes his head with a smile and chuckles slightly to himself. He grabs a large pot, preparing to make his way to the hungry crew before turning his head to you. If you don't mind, could you carry the tray of biscuits behind me? Carry the tray? Sorry, but I'm in a rush. I'm not in a rush. Do I look like a cook? Do it yourself. No. Oh my god. Yeah. You grab the plate and follow the cook out the door and to the table where the crew are waiting with bated breath. Upon the cook's arrival, the sailors let out a rowdy cheer, the ship's cook placing the broth upon the table. Trust me, fellas, this one is worth the wait. The cook speaks with a tone of pride as he ladles as he ladles the broth into bowls of the crew. Oi! One more time, you animals! Ward, you're awfully Yeah, Ward, you're awfully handsy for only one arm. Ah, piss off, janitor. Get some bread here, too. Grab it fast before Tucker beats you to it. The crew laugh at the and are merry as janitor guides you back through the kitchen. You're janitor? Why didn't you tell me earlier? You seem popular. We weren't properly introduced. You seem popular. Well, you know what they say about the hand that feeds. Besides, half the crew I've known for years. You don't spend that much time on a ship with folks without learning all of them. You're janitor? You're janitor? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I wanted to see how long it would take for you to ask. Did he not give you a description, or were you just not paying attention to the cook? Hunt wishes to see you as soon as possible. Ah, yes. Good old Hunt. Never rest on the ship. Let me tell you, especially when Hunt takes a liking to you. Ding, ding, ding. The crew have their meal. It passes in relative silence. Doo-doo, doo-doo. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Over dinner, you overhear the stowaway talking with a one-armed man. You'll be dropped off at the next port then. Duh. Can you talk to the captain into letting me stay, right? Can't talk Hunt into anything when his mind's made up. Besides, he's right. But I can help. You're lucky he didn't throw you overboard. When we make land, I'm making sure you catch a trip back home. I'll be back after this. Not soon enough. Boop. You spot one of Templeton's scientists, science team pacing around the mid-deck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Oh, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossy. Apologies, I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. Can't be hard to miss. Oh, it will turn up eventually. You best not be drinking on the job. Perhaps one of the sailors took it. It can't be hard to miss. It'll turn up eventually. I would hope so. My wife and I brought a bottle to celebrate with. To be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. Excuse me. Whoa. Oh, Templeton. No, I'm not gonna talk to Templeton yet. As you look over the railing out to the ocean, a wisp of smoke flies past your face. I just took a drink. You turn to examine the spot. A sailor with a pipe in his mouth and a sheet of paper in his hands, overlooking the stirring waters. Looking at something? Who are you? Not many sailors can read or write. What's the letter? Any spare tobacco? Tobacco? Who are you? Tashi. After introducing himself, Tashi falls silent and begins to read the letter. Trying to draw a conversation from him be similar to extracting teeth. It's like pulling teeth with you! You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before the sun sets, as... It will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution. The light distribution. Am I saying that right? The light distribution. The light the light distribution? That's a hard word. I'm gonna move on from it. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite the change. Sentimental. I noticed you weren't at dinner with the others. I fear we started on the wrong foot. Yeah, I'll say that. A misunderstanding. Let us place it behind us, officer. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There's a great expectation upon us, officer. From who? Who's this benefactor of ours? Are you feeling the pressure, Mr. Templeton? Do you think Captain Hunt is up to the task? From who? Where's this pressure coming from? Who's the benefactor of ours? That's not for you to know. Not yet. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean surface. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer be well rested. Hold E to advance to next week. Whoa. Okay. You know, this seems good. This seems like a good amount. Yeah. Especially now that I know that I was supposed to be putting, like, you know, grabbing, like, the cans of food in the coal. Rent leaves the expedition at Orca Island. The ship makes its last port at Orca Island. Cordell's sled dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Darling are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move forward south. Who is it? I finished my drink. It had chocolate in it. It's been 1 week since we set sail. No, it hasn't. It's been like a month and a week. Come in! Who goes there? Wait. A bunch of twos. Here, wait, I'll put that back up. A whole bunch of twos. Come on in! The door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, but first filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw! The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, the seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I've no time for celebrities. It's an honor. I know little of the man. His reputation is indeed great, but the man behind the legend is but a stranger. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? Are you always this early to rise? Do you need something of me, Kurt? No, I'm simply busy. Of course! The role of first mate must surely take up a great deal of your time. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. I've been busy myself. It took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of crew were quite eager to meet me. It's not often to work with a film star, is it? That's right, you're something of a celebrity, aren't you? I take that to mean you haven't heard of me before. Well, it's a pleasant surprise. There aren't many of those who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this crew and said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? I'm certain you receive that praise often. This crew doesn't seem the film-going type. Is there a point to any of this grandstanding? I'm certain you get praised often. Not as often as you would think. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway. I was hoping you'd join me up deck. Does hunt require my presence? I'm busy, Kurt. You should be too. Of course. But why? We finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. I can't wait. I have work to do! We'll be moving through the ice for a while. I'm not interested. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day. Shaw. Har! Oh shit, I didn't look at the door to the doctor's office remains locked. Seems the good doctor isn't in. Or perhaps enjoying his sleep. You are yet to come across the ship's doctor, even after all this time. You notice one of the science team returning to their room. Ah, Miss Glass. Did you have a good rest? She nods to you. Hello. I did not expect many to be up this early. Harriet Glassy. I believe I met your husband. Oh, what's you up so early? Yeah, I met your husband. Ah, yes. Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusting to the ship. He's adjusting to the ship well. I believe a walk around the ship could help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. With that, Miss Glass makes her way back to her cabin. The science team aren't used to the sea, or the sailor folk. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to it over time. Har! Is there someone else standing over here? No. Boom, boom. At the stern, you notice an old sailor at the helm. The old man takes a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. And a good morning to you. He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, should be obvious. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all feel. Just keeping her sturdy. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked from outside for his first mate. I'm surprised as well. He seems the incellular type. I assure you, I'm more than qualified for the role. Would you prefer the role? You seem to have the experience. I assure you, I'm more than qualified. Oh, I don't doubt that. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. You've got experience at least. Merchant Navy's quarters, though. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Lefty returns his attention to the helm. As you get older, I suppose you learn the value of quiet moments, eh? Let us hope we are just diligent when we're old and gray. Myself before you, of course. I'm gonna get another drink. You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the timbers break the floes below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impending ice flow. Oh! There's a moment's hesitation before a profound crack reveals the ships cascading across ice. He exhales. See, nothing like it. You weren't wrong. I assumed you'd seen everything. It's just ice, Kurt. Don't get too excited. Yeah, you weren't wrong. It's something, all right. Look at the ice. Now no two cracks are the same. all caused by us. Did you just want to show me eyes? For now, though, I need a navigator, not a poet. All caused by us. But the laws of nature, this place, want us dead. And yet, here we are. Traversing in harmony. How fascinating is that? How far are we from land? I assume you'd seen everything. It's just ice, Kurt. Don't get too excited. How far are we from land? We're about 2 weeks sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Excuse me. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Encroaches? It's too late now. Beautiful as the ice is on this course, it's going to get thicker. He looks out across the white. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need a change. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed Captain Hunt? It's not my decision. Yeah, have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. We have enough supplies if it comes to that. It's not the supplies I'd be worried about in this situation. People will turn on each other before they let themselves starve. Have you ever experienced a long night winter? It's not pleasant to say the least. If it comes to that, we'll adapt. If it comes to that, we'll adapt. I see why he hired you. You should understand, Robin. We're only as good as the happiest man. Cheer up, then! That's First Mate Shaw. I'll do what I can. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Kurt nods and turns back to look at the look across the ice. Bomb, bomb, bomb. There's birds flying around. Whoa. Okay. Let's do all this. Ah, Shaw. Ready for another day of work? Did you hear Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. Yeah. Aye, he had a few words to share. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may not have noticed the line pouring up outside. Right. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. A short, sour-faced man in engineering clothing approaches. Are ye acting daft hunt? Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Shaw, this is our chief engineer, Cleve Hammond. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice and you haven't assigned an extra man down to the boiler. You have your engineering team, and we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this, sailors. Many of the crew we have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on a matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1, 3, more. Open the crew manifest to choose how many sailors you wish to assign. Let's do this guy, and this guy, and that guy, and well, he's got 1 arm. So I'll have him do something else, and then this guy. Confirm! You can take Tashi, 2 Johns, a Lefty, and Corbett. Turner. Can you find someone better? Are you just gonna have a problem every time? I doubt you need 2 eyes to turn screws. Aye. But he also has... he's also as old as the bloody dirt. How much strength left in him? Enough, I'd say. Would you rather no one? The engineer holds his tongue. Fine. But ye can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. He leaves. A good spirit, that one. Beneath the oil and the temper. You won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself into the boiler room. Kasha, Captain Shaw. A thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this now, but we've already entered the ice. Oh, out with it! I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew. For your report? Not only for my report, it would be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to names. Much of the crew have served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to names. Your thoughts, Shaw? It seems a good idea. If nothing else, it would make for a good souvenir. Sentimental of this expedition, are you? Some proper photographs will have some historical weight to it. Well, Belford, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain Shaw. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. She departs satisfied. Corbett. Captain, word's gotten around that the stowaway removed last week. It has? Aye. And their thoughts? They aren't one bit happy. Least of all his dad. Oh no. He says it wasn't right to send the boy away. Only reason Ward stayed aboard was because he needed the pay. Up in arms, are they? No, they understand. Spares more food for the rest of us. Still not a wise move to upset the crew, is it? Shaw, perhaps we should consider the crew's feelings next time. Okay. She leaves. Good to have all that settled then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Shaw, meet with him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want one of his scouts up in the crow nest. Take care of that, and then you'll be done for the day. Okie dokie. Okay. Who's this? Approach the sick young man. Oh, it's the doctor. Oh no, oh no. You spot a youthful-looking man leaning over the side of the ship. His head slumped as he looks onto the icy pool below. It appears he's been visited by a spot of sickness. Pat him on the back. Are you okay? Leave the man to his illness. Are you okay? You speak out to the sickly man. Doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to spot his eyes widening in shock as he does. Bespectacled young man, shaking with unease. Oh no, did I scare him? He stares at you for a brief moment, a look of shame plastered upon his face. Sorry. Are you alright? I haven't seen you around. Who are you? Compose yourself, man. We should be able to handle the waves. Are you alright? Yeah. Yes. Well, not really. I'm very sorry. The man turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. Aw. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. Send me up there! I'll get you a reading. The scientist's eyes in the man's cane turn toward you. I believe the navigator means to send one of his scouts. The navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course! If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. What's this? Excuse me. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. No problems. She looks to you. And you are? Officer Shaw, yourself? Yeah. Flick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics, if you're worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. Okay, let's put someone up there. The only person I know. They ascend to the nearest... to the nest. They ascend to the nest and take a reading with the sextant. All clear from up top. Whoa, what's this? Orca Island. The last port you made where you picked up Kurt and the scouting team from. Whoa. What's this? The last known location of the Viscount, your destination. Whoa. That far. Here, I'm gonna... do that, and then... return. Let's listen in. You overhear two of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Kulu... Kulisi? Have any trouble settling in? Not too bad. I can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until their work is done. Of course, of course! I take it you had no issue settling in. Not at all. The crew are funny a lot. Old Captain... Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Perhaps. Hooded sailor. You spot a suspicious-looking sailor emerging from the pantry. The hooded sailor spots you, keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. Not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Think, but call me Gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. I'll take your word for it. Yeah. Expected you to interrogate me more. No worries, I was just setting up a practical joke. Well, best of luck with that. And what is this practical joke? Yeah, best of luck with that joke. Good luck. Thank you. It's not at your expense, if that's your concern. Have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? With their mysterious trap set, Gnomes scurries off to the upper decks to return to work. Ding ding. Hey Shaw, can you grab some tins from the pantry? It's nearly time for dinner. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops in your head, scattering all over the officer's uniform. The hell's with that, Gnomes? You wipe the flour off you before continuing. You lift the crate of tins from the shelves. Boop. What will be this week? What will it be this week, Shaw? Let's feed it. Bloop. And then I'll leave. And then I'll talk to this guy. He spots you and ceases his playing. Need something? You're Grimly, aren't you? Nice accordion. Do you mind if I see? Your brother sent me to speak with you. No, he didn't. That's a lie. You're Grimly, aren't you? The man grunts. Aye. Grimly Stoke. I'm the ship's carpenter. Nice accordion. Then you're janitor's brother? If you're the carpenter, shouldn't you be working? Oh my god. You're janitor's brother? Janitor. Oh, you're Shaw. Janitor mentioned you. In a positive or negative light. I was just speaking to him, too. And it was good to meet you, Grimly. I was just speaking to him. I'm sure he talked your ear off. Won't keep you from your work. Don't keep me from my break. Okay. Does I gotta go down there? Was there something I needed to do? I don't remember. Let's go back up and see. Oh, yeah, no, this is all I need to do. The crew have their meal. Ha! Shall we toast to the ice? Aye! The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. You notice two sailors passing by from the dinner table. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs, leaning on the shoulder of another. Ah, good times, good times. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker. Ah, but I'm fine. My mates can carry me, eh? Cavity? They can drop you. Have two Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Shit. What was this? Door. Whoa, that's a door? You knock on the door. No response. Let's go up here. Listen to these guys. You overhear two engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking with another. I like him. I don't know the chief. Don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. You ever see Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. Hey Dick, it's figurative. Figurative. Right. Look at the puppy dogs. Look at the puppy dogs. The dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowl in hand. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. Try the soup. Try the soup. You nearly burn your mouth on the hot broth. Surprisingly tasty. It's surprisingly palatable if you feel yourself warming up. You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there's only so much. If you want more, it will be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin. Some blubber, fat, and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something you needed? Just inspecting the animals. Why are you here? Yeah, inspecting the animals? They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. You've been on the ice for a long time. Oh, who's that beside you? This is Stanberry. Bark! Strong animals. Very. They handle stress differently. Adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. As you were. Pet Stanberry. You ruffle his head. It tries to lick the broth from your fingers. Aww. Now what? Oh yeah. We go into next week. And I think... Let's see. Okay. So it looks like we're gonna half everything. Another week passes. The temperance has finally entered the thick ice leads. These days grow even brighter. Oh no. Oh no. We're almost out of fuel. What will we do? Week 3 on the temperance. Okay, wait, how... No, I think this was saved. Save game to tree. Okay. So I think we're gonna go ahead and pick this up next time. It's all been saved. The mountains. Whoop. Well, here, let's see. Okay. I always check to see if there's, like, people at the end. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for coming and watching. Bye-bye.